of crystalsoulsandstuff.com as well as on Instagram. Welcome back to the channel today. So today I wanted to share with you my review of New Look 6514. And so this is a coat and vest pattern that I made to participate in the Sewing Bowl Challenge. And the Sewing Bowl Challenge is a challenge put on, an Instagram challenge put on by Salon Michon on Instagram, and she started this challenge last month, and I saw so many great entries last month that I decided to participate this month. And so the challenge is she picks about 7 categories, and in the category, and she puts different note things on little post-its, and she puts it all in a bowl, and then she picks items from the different categories for a garment that you'll have to make. So what I was chosen, I got picked to sew, the garment that I got picked to sew is a duster, cover up or kimono, and then the pattern had to be quick sew or New Look. The color had to be neutral, and then the style of the fabric had to be print on print, and then the fabric type had to be neoprene or scuba, and then the bonus and then a bonus portion of it had to be sheer, and then my time frame was by the end of the month, but I finished mine a little bit earlier because I was so excited. So anyway, in order to meet all of the requirements from the Sewing Bowl Challenge, these are the fabrics that I chose. So I chose this for the neutral. I chose black as my neutral, and so I have black throughout the garment because I don't have a neutral scuba. So I chose a fabric that has black in it everywhere, so throughout the garment. And so that was my neutral color that I decided to go with. And then for the scuba, I chose this like this nice geometric print scuba that I believe I got either from Fabric Mart or Joann's some time ago, a while ago. I've had it forever, and because I just didn't know what to make with it because of all the shapes. And then I chose for the sheer components of the fabric, this the bottom is like a sheer mesh with stripes, so you can tell that it has all these nice stripes in it, and then you can tell that it's like a sheer netting kind of in between the stripes. And then if you look back, it has these big flowers on it. And so that way, this is how I have the sheer component as well as the print on print component, because the scuba is a print and the sheer part is a print. And then finally, another sheer component are the sleeves. So this is a sheer lace, and I got this fabric from a dress. It looks like it was like a beach cover up, and here's a picture of it right here. So this is a dress that I picked up from the thrift store. It looks like it was some kind of cover up because it's sheer lace, stretch lace, and I'm gonna use the body part of it for the sleeves for the duster. So this is a dress that I picked up from the thrift store when I was with my son, and so I decided it would be perfect for the sleeves for this duster. So, and I love how everything went together and turned out to make this fun duster. So now let me tell you about the pattern. So the pattern comes in 2 main options. There's the vest option as well as the coat or cover up option. And so, but I wanted to make the option, because if you look closely, this view, what view is this? View C and D right here are sleeveless, and they have a bodice portion that, you know, is separated from the skirt portion. And then the coat section is just one long bodice piece, one long front piece, and one and one back piece. So what I had to do, and I wanted these views with the separate bodice pieces and separate skirt pieces, and I also wanted to add sleeves. Okay, so in order to make the vest have sleeves, I needed to adjust the bodice piece to make it the same width as the bodice of the version, the coat or jacket version for the sleeves, so that the sleeves could fit in correctly and have enough room in the chest area. Because usually things that are designed sleeveless are more narrow, and they don't give you the extra arm room for you to move if you just put in sleeves without making the adjustments. So I'm gonna pop in a quick clip of how I made that adjustment. Okay, so I'm working on this New Look 6514, and I'm gonna be doing view, I think view B, because I'm doing it with the sleeves, but I'm going to be using two different fabrics like in view D and C. So what I'm going to do is the ones for the longer lengths with the sleeves don't have they have, the longer lengths have sleeves, but the ones with the two different colors don't have sleeves. So what I'm going to do is, the bodice pieces are a little bit different, and so it's a little narrower for the sleeveless version. So what I'm going to do, I have to alter the sleeveless version so it can fit the sleeves. So here's what I did. So I just want to show you really quick. So you can see that this sleeveless version is just a hair narrower. I'm doing a size medium, and you can see that the sleeveless version is just a little bit narrower here than the one with the sleeves, and that's so you can have more room in your bust area. And so what I did was laid the sleeveless version on top of the sleeve version, and I'm just gonna modify it so this will come out and meet here, and then I'm gonna grade it from here down to here so that it can still fit so that it'll fit the sleeves, and everything else I'm keeping the same. So here it is how I traced it out. So what I did was I just took this ruler. I tried to record it, but I missed some of the recording. So anyway, what I did was I took my Luna Graphics Now Stitch Buzz ruler. So I took this ruler, which is a curved ruler, and what I did was I just went on ahead and I just lined everything up, and then I just graded out a little bit right here, and then I just took my ruler and I went down and I just traced it out, and I ended where the sleeved version is, and then I graded back down right here to the sleeve version. And then I made sure to add the notch, the sleeve notch from the sleeve version onto the bodice, the shorter bodice piece. And then I went back and added my grain line, all my dots, center front, the notches, and the pattern number and everything. So that is what I did to alter the bodice piece for this New Look 6514 to make this version D have sleeves. Okay, right. And so for the back I had to do it a little bit different because this one is cut, the sleeveless version is cut on the fold, and then the sleeved version is cut double. So I have to, and whenever they have you cut double, they add in seam allowance, and I'm gonna use my ruler again. This is the Stitch Buzz ruler, and this ruler is already set for 5/8, and then in your standard Big 4 pattern, the seam allowance is generally 5/8, and this one is 5/8. And so what I'm gonna do is mark the 5/8 seam allowance, and then I'm gonna line this up, the sleeveless version to that line, and then I'm gonna do the same thing and trace it out because it's a little bit wider and a little bit
a little bit wider over here, and then I'm gonna grade it so it can match over here for the sleeve. So that's it. Now we have a second pattern piece, a new bodice piece that will match the sleeves for the sleeve version of this New Look 6514.
Okay, so that is how I adjusted the bodice piece so that I could have sleeves, and I just sewed it in according to sewed the sleeves in and followed directions. More of the vest view than the coat view, but I kind of had to combine them to get everything together. So anyway, there aren't a lot of pattern pieces even for the version that I did with my combo version of the pattern. So there is the front bodice piece cut twice. I was careful to make sure all the pattern lined up across the front as well as on the side seams. And then there's also your back bodice piece cut on the fold. And then of course it's modified for the sleeves. So then there's the sleeves. So just one sleeve pattern cut twice. And then for the skirt pieces, there's just one front skirt piece, and then there's the back skirt piece. The back skirt piece was designed to be cut on the fold. Cut twice, and I decided to cut it on the fold so I wouldn't have to match up the stripes and keep everything nice and even. So what I did was I removed the seam allowance. Excuse me. So what I did was remove the seam allowance from the back skirt piece so it could all be one piece together, and so I wouldn't have a big seam down the middle. And so everything lined up very well, so it was a really easy sew. So a total of 7 pattern pieces. So this is a really quick make. Plus I forgot to say there are facing pieces for the front and the back for the jacket version. The original vest version is designed for the vest part to be lined, but I didn't line it. Excuse me. I didn't line it. I just went on ahead because it's scuba. You don't need to. It's already warm enough. So I decided not to line it. I just went and used the facing pieces from the jacket version onto the vest version section of the bodice. So those are all the changes that I made. And the last change that I made is I sewed I just used a 3-thread rolled hem on my serger to finish off the bottom, and I did a narrow hem on the front edges of the bodice and the skirt pieces for the front. And then I also added this cute little frog closure. It's really just a little simple. It was only like a couple bucks. I believe at Hobby Lobby. The company is Sewology. So this was the company of the frog closure that I used, and I just ended it at the seam right here. So I'm working on New Look 6514 for my sewing bowl challenge, and I'm working on mirroring stripes. So I've done this one. What I did was I cut out one, and then I placed it over the fabric so the other side, and then so I could have 2 matching ones. And then on the back I cut that out flat, not on the fold. And then this one for the skirt portion, I'm doing the skirt portion, but I'm gonna do sleeves for this one. But for the skirt portion, I'm using this sheer stripe fabric, And so I cut that out, and then now I'm mirroring that one the same way I did the top bodice. So anyway, it's coming along. Okay, so this is how I'm laying it out on the dress. I was gonna do the flounce, but it's not quite wide. The dress is not quite wide enough for me to do the flounce and then the flowers on the sheer fabric to go in the right direction. So I'm skipping the flounce, and I'm doing the other view of the sleeves, and I'm keeping the hemline on the bottom so I won't have to hem it, hopefully. So anyway, that is the plan, and I made sure the fabric is in the direction of the stretch, because this is technically a stretch lace, but it's not a whole lot of stretch, so I think it'll still work. All right, that is where I am. The pattern comes in sizes extra small to extra large, which is for bust sizes of 32 inches up to 50 inches. So a pretty good pattern range right there. And I sewed a size medium, which is for sizes a bust of size 40 to 42, because I wanted to be a little bit oversized. So I just sewed straight medium, because well, no, it's for European sizes 40 to 42. But mine is for medium bust sizes 36 to 38. So I sewed a size medium, and I didn't make any, fit change. I didn't have to grade out the pattern at all. I just sewed a straight size medium. And so this was really easy to sew, and I didn't even shorten the hem at all. So now I'm 5'1", and if you're a little bit taller, which most people are, you might want to lengthen the pattern, or you can go with the length of view A, because the pattern piece for view A is longer than the pattern piece for view C and D, the vest versions. So you can go with the length on the longer versions if you want it even longer, because this version, both of the vest versions are shorter than the coat versions. So, but I did the longer of the vest versions. So anyway, this is a really easy pattern. I highly suggest it. It's super easy. Easy to sew and easy to hack and modify to make it whatever you want it to be. So I had so much fun with this, sewing up this pattern, and here are some pics and twirls of me out around the neighborhood. Carmen and I went out and took pictures outside, and then I came back and took some twirls out on the deck. So here you go, take a look at those. So that is my review of New Look 6514 and my experience entering the Sewing Bowl Challenge. It was so much fun. If she does run it again, I hope you all get a chance to enter. It was so much fun. It was just like she said, she wanted to be like Project Runway, and it really helped me get creative. And so I'm really glad I decided to participate this month. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you go ahead and check out. I'll leave a link to the hashtag in the description box so you can check out all the other makes that people have made for this really fun challenge. All right, until next time, I hope you all are having a good day. Take care. Bye.